traders, this is Tepdon from Breaking Options giving you a quick trading tip on Fibonacci. Let's say it. That scary word, Fibonacci. It's fun to say. Let's say it once more. Fibonacci. So what is it? Fibonacci sequence. It's a sequence of numbers where 1 plus 2 equals 3, and that would be your first EMA. 2 plus 3 equals 5. That's your second EMA. 3 plus 5 is 8. That would be your third. 5 plus 8 is 13. That would be your fourth, and so on and so forth. Not everybody uses the same EMAs, but it does work, and a lot of algorithms and traders do use it, so it is important. What else is Fibonacci? Well, what do you guys see here? It's showing you the same thing, right? 3 EMA, 5 EMA, 8 EMA, 13 EMA, 21 EMA, 34, 55, 89. Okay, but what do you see with the lines? We see symmetry, and that's what Fibonacci really is. So it's confusing. It's a scary word. It's fun to say, but how do we actually use it? Let's go to the charts. Okay, I did a full 2-hour class on this yesterday, but I felt I should show everybody. Here's John Deere, okay? Have no idea what's gonna happen here. Let's go to the monthly. This is 20 years, guys. Let's go to our tool, okay? You wanna take Fibonacci retracements. And just to see how accurate this is, we are going back to December, what is this? I believe it's 2009, it looks like. Okay, we're gonna take the high, and this is just for a test to see what it looks like, guys. We're gonna go to the low. Okay, and let's see what happens. So there's our monthly Fibonacci levels. See, I can't even say it correctly. Monthly Fibonacci levels, and that is from 2009, and we brought it all the way to 2020. Let's see how it played out. Let's just zoom in, guys. That's all I'm doing. All right, there's your 100% from, it was actually 2008. There's your low. Look what happens, okay? We get a little stall to 618, normal, okay? Any time frame. Once you get past the 618, you have an 85% chance you are going to the 78.6 Fibonacci level, okay? Look what happens. Broke through on the monthly, got to the 78.6. Got to the 100. Let's play it out some more. Keep looking. We kept stopping at the 100. We kept stopping at the 100, which was your previous high. Once we broke through, guys, look what we got to. This one is not preset. This is a number you have to put in. Everyone's using it. 127.2 Fibonacci level. This is monthly, guys. 1, 2, 3. 3 months we sat there. We could not get through it. Why not? Because that's where everyone's selling. What happens when we finally get through it? Boom. We blast up to the 1618, and basically on the monthly, that's kind of where we consolidate. It did not have enough room to get to the 261.8. Now, how do you get better at Fibonacci? You could do a second. So let's show you. Let's edit the properties, and you can all watch how to do this. I'm going to do this quickly. I'm going to keep this video short because it's a quick tip, right? So it's got to be short. Look, symmetry. Let's do another. Symmetry, let's see where they line up. No idea if this is going to work or not. This is just showing you Fibonacci. It's all about symmetry. And it usually works. Okay, so what happened here? Do we have any clusters? So what's a cluster? It's when two areas line up together. Does that look symmetrical? Looks pretty symmetrical to me, right? Parallel, symmetrical. So where do we have clusters? We have a little cluster between the 107, 112, 57 level. Well, we kind of based there for a candle once we broke through that. See that? Actually, 3 candles. So that looks like a pretty good fib cluster, right? For 3 months, we stayed between point A and point B, which is a 5-point range over 90 days. Once we broke through the higher point, boom, we kept going. Where's your next fib cluster? On this monthly chart, there are none. Okay, and look how this lines up, okay? It's the 50% from the fib retracement from this point A to this point B, which is this high to this low, is 50%. And look at that. It's an exact retracement from this high to this low. Symmetry, right? It's an exact fib cluster. That's where you'd want to buy. This is a monthly chart. Let's take a look how this plays out on a weekly, just out of curiosity. Okay, same thing. I haven't changed a thing, guys. We're just kind of looking here. We've got our fib clusters. I'm looking as we go. All right, so what are we stuck between? We could see. We're stuck between the longer term 78.6 on the monthly, and this is a weekly chart, guys, and the 50, and that's kind of our range, right? And how long is that range? Let's just look. We could start it, let's just say here, that's 2012. Well, you could trade that monthly range using the weekly chart till 2015, guys. Okay. Yes, is it a big range? Yeah, it actually is. It's actually a decent range. It is 93.74 all the way down to 78.92. So you could just trade that weekly range and you could see it. Sometimes the bigger the charts, the better you could see things. What else do we see happened on this weekly? Well, once we busted through this fib cluster, which was both hundredths from these two levels, we really went, right? Look at that candle. Look at that weekly candle. It took out 1, 2. That's what you normally see. Then what happened? Well, it's that same 127 level. How many weeks did we cluster there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When we finally broke through the higher cluster, guess what? Boom. Nice little gain, right? We did have a retracement here. I don't know if that was market related, what it was, but it does show you that fibs do work. Look right here. We got to the 161.8 on the weekly. Okay, this is still using the same monthly fibs. Where did we go? Almost exactly to the 261 on the shorter term fib. Again, these are all pre-programmed into your Thinkorswim except for the 127. Just add it in. How do you add it in? That didn't work. Oh, got to go to edit. That's why. Okay, mine's already there. You would go to add curve. Okay, and you'd put the level you want in there. Obviously, I already have that in there. So we'll just cancel that. Okay, how else does fibs work? Well, everyone's playing the high flying names, right? I'll show you a name we traded live 4 months. Not D-Dog. Doc U. Anyone that was with me since May knows exactly how we traded this. Wow, I've done nothing, guys. This was not pre-set up. I've just been trading the fibs. Okay, I was in this trade as a swing, posted it live on Twitter. You could all look. I was in it since 105. I got out at 145. All Fibonacci levels. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this in 2 seconds. Just showing you how great this works. And look at that. What happened today? 216.19. Where was our high? 217. This is coming from, I can't even tell you when. It's just all fib retracements and clusters I kept running. Okay, why did I get out at 145? Because I did not want to hold it through earnings and take that risk. It was a good trade, but if I did hold it and kept rolling, I left a lot of room on the table. So what was my next buy point? A breakthrough of 206. What am I looking for on Doc U? Long term, 260. So I am in the midst of setting up a trade on a pullback around the 250 range with a target of 268. It's going to be a few months out, and we do have to wait for an entry. We have no entry now. We're extended. So how would you set this up on a new chart? I don't want to screw up my Doc U chart. What's one that made new highs today? Let's look at, let's just look at Fastly. Why not? I don't know if it made a new high, but it's always making a new high, right? So how would you use this on a new chart? We happen to be in this trade right now, but for you guys, I will clear it and do it fresh. So if you were just entering Fastly, not that I would enter it today, I would wait for a little bit of a pullback, not that it's going to give you a pullback. How would you figure out where Fastly's going since we have no previous highs, right? This is the new high. Well, kind of simple, guys. Take your fibs. Let's just say it stopped there and we start scaling down. Okay, that's what we're saying. We're saying the next few days, it just kind of consolidates. So what would be a target? Well, you take the high, you take the low. Isn't that facts of life, right? The facts of life for you people my age. You take the high, you take the low, okay? Let's clear everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where would be your target? 110, okay? We know Fastly, it moves quick. It could hit 110 tomorrow, but that is the way you'd figure out where it's going. 110, and then because it's a quick mover, I'd say 120. What would be my entry on this stock? I'll pull back to the 5, or if we can get lucky enough to the 8. What would be my stop? Well, you got a base at the 8, right, guys? You could see it. Okay, 87.66. So if you got to the 8, which was 89, I give it to 87.66 on a closed daily, and that would be your level. How many days would you give this trade to get there if you got to enter here? Okay, well, let's look at the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if it's 8 days, okay, normally I give it 3 times the amount of days it took to make that move. But because Fastly is a high beta name that's moving like crazy, I would basically give it 16 days. So I would go 2 weeks out on the options, and my target price would be 109.92. But I really think we can make a reach at 119, basically 120, the way this thing's moving. So that's the way I'd set up the trade. You'd have to wait for a pullback. If you do not wait for a pullback or do not get a pullback, you buy it on a break and basing of the 109.92, and you're looking for 10 points then. What comes after that? 145. Me personally, on a break of 109 with some basing, I would do a longer dated trade out to 145.55, maybe 2 months out, the way this is looking. And where would be your stop? A close below the 109.92. Hope everyone enjoyed. Feel free to join us at breakingoptions.com for live trading like this all the time. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.